Hey, brother, aloha, Ziggs.
Yeah, aloha.
I give you a big hug and a high five. I can't wait to see you, man.
Yeah, man, I look forward to coming out.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. Ziggy Marley joins us now. He's coming. He's got 2 big shows in the area we're really excited for. March 24th, Aloha Stadium. March 25th, the MAC, Kahului, Maui, and touring to support Wild and Free, which we were talking about a few weeks ago. What a great record, Ziggy. How many of these songs are we going to get to see live? I wonder if some of my favorites are going to be in the set. What do we got in store?
Yeah, man, I think a few of them we have in store. We have Wild and Free, Personal Revolution, Changes, what else we have in there? Power to Love.
Any of the other tunes on there besides those?
From that album, or?
Yeah, just in terms of what we can get excited for. How about, did you say Road Less Traveled?
Road Less Traveled, yeah, that's in the set, too.
Get Out of Town.
Get Out of Town. I haven't done that one in a while, but it could be.
Maybe you work that in for your boy.
All right.
And did you say Forward to Love?
Yeah, man. Forward to Love is a staple.
Is there any chance that I just wonder about your connection to Woody? The last time when we talked about the record, we never mentioned him, and it's. I just saw the movie 2012 was on TV the other night, and I started thinking about your album because he's on there. How did you get him into your life?
Woody, Woody a long time, man. Years ago, actually. Used to be good friends with my grandmother.
Wow, with Cedilla Booker?
Yeah.
Wow.
I down to Miami there and hung out with grandma and I got to Maui. You know, we know him a long time, as I say. Years. And we know him family. You know, his children know my children, so it's been a long road, you know.
It sounds like it. That's so fascinating that it goes through your grandmom, and the connection would be not during her Delaware period, but during the Florida period.
Yeah, during the Florida time.
As you recall, we both share that Delaware thing.
Delaware, yeah, man.
You were going to school right when I was going to school in Wilmington. It's so crazy.
Wilmington.
But our roads just we didn't cross paths yet, I guess. So Woody's not coming to the show, huh?
I don't know if he'll be there. I don't know if he's there. Maybe he'll come, but I'm not sure.
You know, he has a big Hawaii connection. I say that because sometimes he shows up on Maui. I remember Chris Christopherson was doing a benefit there about a year ago. Woody just showed up. So that's what I like about your shows. It has that kind of jam spirit. How about our boy Jack Johnson? You got him in the pipeline to show up and jam with you? Yeah.
You know, usually, those things not something that we plan ahead of time.
Just happens.
Just like when we get to Hawaii, who's in town, what's happening, hey, what's going on? Yo, come down, and it's done that way. It's not like a pre-planned thing,
Yeah. No, I know. I like that. But yeah, sometimes it's good to ask because you never know what might be brewing.
Yeah, and then when it happens, it's a surprise and spontaneous, and it works better that way,
Yeah, I like that. Hey, you got this new radio show. It's Sirius XM that I'm talking about, and this show was it your idea? How did it come to be that you decided you wanted to do this?
Well, the show come out me just wanting to pay respects to all of the reggae artists, all of the artists that come before me. And even those existing in our time, but just a way for us honor, because a lot of time, it's people know Bob Marley, but even my father would appreciate everyone else, and would love to spotlight everyone else, and so we started doing the first concert held last year, the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles. We did a Legends of Reggae where I was the MC host, and I invited, it was Mighty Diamonds, Ras Michael and the Sons of Negus, the I Trees were there, and somebody else, and then we invited them, and we had this concert called Legends of Reggae, where I want to just give them shine some spotlight on them, so people recognize these great reggae musicians. And then after that, the radio show, we talked about with Sirius XM, and they wanted me to do a radio show, and the idea came up to do the same concept as a concert, as a radio show, where we highlight the legends of reggae on the radio show, and we try and talk to a legend. Every time I do a show, I try and talk to one of the legendary artists or musicians from reggae. The first show I spoke with Jimmy Cliff. The second show was with one of Jamaica's greatest drummer, Santa Davis. So right now I'm getting ready to do the third show.
Yeah. I was talking with Michelle, Ziggy's manager, right before we came on. We were talking about the Santa Davis one and that you got it all started with Jimmy. When I heard that you did Jimmy Cliff first, thinking about you're like the son of reggae's most important figure, and you're talking so righteously about trying to make sure you put the spotlight on all these other people that your father, that he appreciated and that he would admire you for putting the spotlight on them. Talk about where Jimmy Cliff fits into the history of reggae as you see it over his long career.
Well, Jimmy is one of the fathers of reggae. Jimmy was someone who actually helped to bring, just like I am talking about, highlighting legends. He actually helped to highlight the younger artists coming up, or the newer artists coming up when he was coming up in reggae, including my father. He's one of those who helped the other artists along the way. So he's one of the fathers of reggae.
What's your earliest memory of running into him yourself?
Boy, that's my earliest that I could remember is, he had a place near to my father's place, which was at Oakwood there, and I think I went there to rehearse sometimes, and I've done some shows with him too also.
But you can remember going there to rehearse when you were...
Yeah.
And so you didn't meet him until you were already like a teenager? Like 12?
That's the earliest I can remember, but he would have better memory of me.
I'm interviewing him soon because he's coming here. I'll be asking him for sure.
Ask him.
I am.
I'd like to know too.
I will. He'll have a great memory. You're right, because you were just a little kid, and he'll remember it. He'll remember it really well. And you were just so cool looking. I see all these pictures of you up there on stage when your dad would bring you out there. It just looks so cool. And I wonder, in the movie, another thing Michelle and I were talking about, this documentary coming out, is the movie going to show any of those interesting video footage things like I'm talking about, where it shows you as a little kid and your dad bringing you out like at Madison Square Garden, I think, places like that?
Yeah, we have a couple of clips. I think the clip in the movie is from Zimbabwe and the One Love. No, maybe that's not in the movie. I'm not sure. But definitely the Zimbabwe clip of me and Steven on stage dancing with Bobby is in the movie.
I love that stuff. Tell me a little bit more about what makes you excited about the movie, things that are putting it together that really made a difference in your life.
Well, I'm excited for people to see it because it kind of bringing people into the family, really, because this is like the family telling you story. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we support this, we were involved in it, and you're now in the inner circle. Everyone can really know Bob's life and feel a connection to him in an emotional way. I think this is what it is. Now you know Bob. I think Bob wants you to know him. Bob don't want you just to, see him there and, Bob Marley. No, Bob wants you to know him. The real him. This really does a lot to enlighten people about his life, what he went through, and all these things. Some things that came out of this, the research and is in the film, is the fact that there was an issue with the color of his skin growing up in Trenchtown, because he was the only like brown skinned person in that region. So there was some racial issue there, which I never know about. So there's a lot of things there that kind of help you to understand who Bob is and why he is the man he is.
That's a fascinating insight, going all the way literally to his father, basically, and his lightness in color, because he had a white father and a black mom. And have you ever learned anything more about his dad over time?
No, it's a great mystery. No, and doesn't seem like anybody else has really. The main thing we've heard that he was always on a horse. That's about it. Well,
damn, that's an interesting fact. I always thought he was a sailor. Yeah, he was a sailor.
He was like the, what you want to call it now? He was working for the government at the time to oversee the government lands in Jamaica, the lands that belong to the government. He was like the
the man.
I don't know what you'd call it. Whatever
Right.
that job is.
Right. I know what you're saying. That's fascinating. That's interesting. It's as much a mystery to you as to the rest of us. On a note, thinking about these shows, getting back to this exciting shows that you're going to be delivering here. You know, there's a lot you and I have never talked about. It's funny. Every time I talk to you, I realize how many more things there are that I'm curious about. And I've never heard anyone else really talk much about your guitar playing. And when you go to see Ziggy live, let's say you come from a rock background. It's really cool because just like your pop, you play the guitar like it's a rock band. You know, you rock out. There's like soloing. It's loud. It's electric. It's soulful. What is it that on the guitar side of things draws you out on the guitar? Talk about some of the players that you admire.
Well, me's not really, me's a rhythm man. You know, I'm a play rhythm guitar. I'm a mess around like a bit with some, vibes and thing and stuff like that. But in terms of, I don't really know a lot of guitarists that much. I mean, the one guitarist who I think, might have given me some ideas is Jimi Hendrix. You know what I'm saying? So.
Wow.
That's about it, though, as far as guitarists go, you know?
So you're a little kid, and how did the guitar end up in your hand? How did you start playing it? Was it your dad who gave it to you?
No. Actually, we started playing drums first. During rehearsals, when the Whalers used to rehearse, when them take a break, we'd jump on the drums and start beat the drums. So I was really playing drums first. And then I only started playing guitar after my father passed away. I picked up a guitar and took some lessons, and then I got a book that showed me how to hold the cards, and I started holding cards, and then I started writing songs, and then it just kind of developed from there. I'm kind of self-taught in the guitar world, you know.
You did tell me that you picked up after he passed away. Now I do remember that. But so Hendrix, besides your dad and Jimi Hendrix, there's never been another guitarist that you really admired, or that you picked up their record or just sat there and tried to play along to the album?
No. I'm not, no.
That's cool. That's interesting. It is. It's so organic with you, bro. It's just like, it's very organic. Yeah, it's not like you studied it or practiced it. How much do you sit at your house and play your guitar?
Oh, yeah, man. Every now and then I pick it up. But, I like when I'm not touring or getting ready to tour, I like to do other things too, not just musical things. I like to, have a garden, so I go in my garden and I work in my garden.
What are you planting? What's out there?
Some potatoes, some peas. I have an avocado tree I work on right now, and I'm really working on getting all my compost together, putting all my vegetables in a compost pile and getting that working. So I like to do some other stuff, but the guitar is right beside my bed, so every evening I pick up my guitar and I play a little bit. But for me, it's like is when I'm called to it. Is when I'm called. It's not a regiment. It's only when I'm called to it. I'm called to it, and that's when I go to it.
But you did sort of reveal every night. You basically do pick it up then for a moment every single night.
No, not every single night.
But frequently.
Yeah.
Do you play for your kids?
Well, I play, I don't play for them, but I play, and they're around,
Yeah,
they come around.
They come around, so when you...
Yeah, they love music. They love when I play music, so they always come around whenever I pick up my guitar.
I like that. So you don't call them over, you start playing and they come.
Yeah.
That's cool. I really appreciate that. How many of the kids are coming on this trip?
3 of them.
When you think about your kids and the way, like I just asked, you sometimes, you bring them out on the stage, you put them on your records. Do you ever draw the parallel and think back to how when you were a little kid, how much of an influence that ended up having on you, the way your pop would do that with you guys?
No, I'm going to think about it too much, I'm not really, we do what we do, we live a life, we don't really think too much, we just live, what I'm going to say, so.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's just
we don't really we just do what we do,
Yeah, I know that about you. You don't look at it too closely. I'm always looking because I'm on the outside looking at it. But I just think that's cool when you think about your kids. It's sort of like they're having the same experience that you had in so many ways. Yeah,
in some ways. I mean, with my kids, they see me a lot more, and I'm around much more than my father was around. Also, even my mother, because both of them kind of work hard. So and again, they've seen me for much longer period of time, and I'm much more involved in their everyday life, really. More than our parents were. I mean, I think in general, kids of today and the parents of today, we are much more involved than our parents were. Our parents were. Our parents had it tougher than we had it, so they had to work hard. It's a whole thing, you know what I'm saying? The times are different. Everything was so different,
That's a great observation. There are a lot of differences. I guess it's also when fans look at you on stage, like at these concerts coming up, when they see it, it's just, it evokes like this real family kind of vibe. And that's a lot like the way you present yourself. But when you see the kids out on stage and even like time you brought your mom out too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a real different way. Not every band presents themselves in that real family kind of vibration.
Yeah, well, it's just how we are, again, it's not that much, this is just who we are, and it comes out, we're real people, we don't really, it's not a show, it's just a reality, really, when you come to our thing, and we are playing music, it's just, and we express ourselves truthfully, and sincerely when we're on stage, so we're not really putting on a show, or not, it's not, hey, it's showtime, no, it's music time,
I know that about you, brother. That's why I love you so much. You're one of the most sincere people that is in this business. It's something people admire you for. On a final note about these shows before I let you go, because I'll see you at Aloha Stadium, so I'll get to talk to you again. But as a final note, when you think about bringing Inner Circle, is there anything about that? You talk about the way on your radio show or at this Legends of Reggae show, like the one that you got coming up July 15th at the Hollywood Bowl. It's always like you're getting to teach people about important folks in reggae. When you bring Inner Circle, is that the same sort of thing? Talk a little bit about their importance on the bill.
Well, Inner Circle, has been around for a while. That some of the members change and stuff, but is a very historic band within our culture and our music. And it's a great honor to play with them. I've played with them before, and it's a good vibe. That is good vibes for the people, and a good energy and things like that. So, I love to be a part of something like this, where we have, again, a band like Inner Circle who means so much to the history of the music. To be playing with them on the same show is a great thing,
Yeah, it brings it all, our conversation, full circle. You've paid tribute in so many ways to folks, and these concerts in so many ways offers a chance at history. You get to see Ziggy, but you also, like Ziggy just said, he brings along reggae legends, and we'll be having them on the show too. Hey, I give you a big hug and a high five. I can't wait to see you. You travel safe, brother.
Yeah, man. See you down there, bro.
I'll be looking forward to it, Ziggs. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, man.
Aloha.
All right.